First of all, a disclaimer that I've been solely a Spotify user before switching to Apple Music. As you guys know that I have AirPods, for which I got 6 months free trial of Apple Music. After once those 6 months got over, and then I subscribed officially to Apple Music, and it has been since 1 month I've been using Apple Music after subscribing to it. And here are the reasons why I switched to Apple Music over Spotify. And wait, before you guys yell at the comment section that Spotify is way better, and I 100% agree that Spotify is way better, but there are some things that made me to switch to Apple Music. That's what I'm going to talk about in this video. It is the price difference between Spotify and Apple Music. Here in India, price you have to pay for a Spotify subscription is rupees 119, which is $1.48, but Apple Music subscription is just rupees 100 per month, which is $1.23. The difference might be very low on paper. If you calculate rupees 20 for every month, it sums up to a whole sum which you can save. I would say it is the extra bit of features that you get exclusively on Apple Music, such as lossless audio and spatial for audio, for instance. Many would argue that lossless audio is not available widely, but once you experience lossless audio, you are going to be loving it. And second, spatial audio. It's actually becoming more famous. Once you experience spatial audio, again you're going to be loving it. For those extra bit of features, I would say going for Apple Music is definitely a better option, but this might be a different story for you. Talking about the UI, this would be controversial, as many would prefer Spotify's UI over Apple Music's UI. I kinda prefer Apple Music's UI because of how clean and aesthetic it is, and it kinda feels refreshing as compared to Spotify's, which looks clumsy in my opinion. The lyrics section on Apple Music is also miles ahead of Spotify. Actually, Spotify added this feature copying from Apple Music. Even though there are several things that made me to switch to Apple Music, but still there are some things that I hate being on Apple Music. So let's talk about those, shall we? The recommendation in the Apple Music ridiculously sucks as compared to Spotify's recommendation engine, which suggests songs based on my taste. Like, if I hear a song recommended from Spotify, I can assure myself that it is mostly going to be liked by me. But it is not the same case with Apple Music, which is pretty sad to say. Hope Apple fixes it. The next downside which I face in Apple Music is actually playlist. The pre-made playlist created by Apple Music definitely sucks when it is compared to Spotify's, because Spotify uses artificial intelligence to curate the playlist, whereas Apple Music uses an actual human being to curate those songs. In general, many people might prefer humans curation of songs, but that works for English songs. For instance, I hear to, let's say, Tamil songs, English songs, and Malayalam, Hindi, Spanish, Latin, a ton of songs. So when it comes to those, the curation by a human being is not that superior towards an AI. So there, Spotify's recommendation as well as this playlist curation is way superior than Apple Music. That any day is going to be a big deal breaker for anyone watching this video. So if that's a deal breaker for you, then your choice is obvious. It's Spotify for sure. If you hear a lot of podcasters, then there is no option. Spotify is way better with its own exclusives as compared to Apple's separate podcast app, which, to be honest, sucks with very limited exclusives. So it's finally time for Apple to work on bringing many exclusive podcasters as soon as possible. So at the end of the day, it's going to be your preference whether you choose podcast. You might prefer Spotify. For instance, if you choose niche features like lossless audio, special audio, then you might prefer Apple Music. So it's going to boil down to your preferences and to respect everyone's preferences. I see a lot of hatred to Apple Music, saying Apple Music sucks. At the same time, I also see some people blaming Spotify. I would say it's end of the day your preferences, whatever app you're gonna pay for. And thanks for watching, and I'll catch you up in the next one.
Bye, little monkey, jumping on that bed.
What?
One fell off and bumped his head.
Okay.
Mama got a doctor. Doctor said,
What you say?
No